century Roman would believe. And we understand that many of the Christians were Roman citizens. And so that's a little bit of a little dichotomy here, because kind of what we're actually talking about is what the first century Christians, that early church, would have looked like when held up against their culture, their neighbors, and what kind of everybody else in their realm and their culture was doing. Okay, so I'm going to briefly run over this here. We do have the handouts available. However, if you missed this one, you missed a really good discussion. So I do encourage you, as much as you're able, to try to make it for each and every Wednesday, okay? So first century Christians that lived in the Roman Empire, that's specifically who we're talking about. Christians were viewed as weird, dangerous, and also compelling, okay, by their Roman peers. Christian faith was radically different from the cultural norms of their time. We had monotheism versus polytheism. And remember, we talked about, so monotheism is believing in one God, and polytheism is believing in multiple gods. So the Roman religion, they would appease multiple gods through often really complex rituals and sacrifices. Christians believed in one God, and they rejected the idols and the temples that were so common to Roman belief. Romans actually often accuse Christians of being atheists because the Christians did not believe in the Roman gods. And I just think that's so interesting, right? Belief over ritual. So the Roman religion, it was outwardly focused on like symbols and public performance and kind of peer pressure in a way. Like, we're all doing this, and so why aren't you? There was an emphasis on Pax Deorum, and remember we talked about that. Pax Deorum is peace with the gods. That played into every aspect of their life, whereas modern Westerners, we kind of compartmentalize our life to our own detriment. They would have viewed peace with the gods as crucial for eating and existing, and their crops and their livelihood, and all of it was centered on Pax Deorum. So yes, it wasn't like they had a work life and a religious life. It transcended boundaries. And so yes, when the Christians refused to participate in keeping the gods happy, the Roman neighbors, their peers, would have been really confused and kind of concerned. Christianity had an emphasis on personal